Good afternoon, CTM Monarchs. This is Dr. C coming to you from my living room for our weekly Monarch Messenger. That's the new name of this weekend communication. So the weekend communication is now called the Monarch Messenger. We're getting keyed up for the best week ever. It's going to be an amazing week for a few reasons. One of them is that we can't wait to see our students and we can't wait to support our families. The other part is that on Monday, almost all of CTM staff is going to be going to Broadbent Arena to get their COVID-19 vaccine. So with that being said, I sent out a message last week that our schedule would be changing on Monday. We would not have live instruction to start off at 9 a.m. We'll be starting at 10:30 a.m. That gives all of our staff who are going to get the vaccine enough time to get there, get back, get settled, and get ready for students. Again, we will still have our asynchronous time in the afternoon, so please be ready for that. I've got some important reminders to share with you, one of them including the fact that tomorrow grades will be posted around 4:30 p.m., so you'll be able to access your students' grades at 4:30 p.m. If you have questions about your students' grades, please reach out to the teacher to have questions answered. And if you feel like you still need some more information, you can reach out to Miss White, our school counselor. Want to give a Monarch shout out to the staff of the week, Miss Albany Johnson and Miss Madeline Powell. They were amazing and they were nominated by their peers. So we have another platform that we wanted to share with you all, another acceleration opportunity that we wanted to share with families. Teachers have been putting on their work plans for the past couple of weeks, maybe a little longer, Exact Path, Study Island, and Khan Academy, which are online acceleration platforms for students. So some students may have one content, either reading or math, in one of these platforms, and then the other content, reading or math, in another platform. So please know that your student might be working in Exact Path for math, but in Study Island for reading, or Study Island for math and Khan Academy for reading. Each student is going to be assigned a combination of these platforms for reading or math. The expectation is, and it's written into the work plan for each day, that 30 minutes a day, a student should be working in these platforms. 15 minutes for reading minimum and 15 minutes of math minimum. So teachers are going to be checking on them. The teacher will be setting this up for students. This can be accessed through the Clever app. What we know is that research shows that daily work in these platforms supports the maintenance and growth in reading and math skills, because the NTI experience is not as robust or as full as a real school experience. We know that we've got to do a little bit more and provide a different experience for students. So we are using these platforms. Please make sure your students are using these platforms each day for 30 minutes, 15 minutes for reading, 15 minutes for math. Again, if you have questions, talk to your teachers. Another reminder, grading period ended on the 14th of January, and grades will be posted tomorrow on Infinite Campus around 4:30 p.m. If you have questions, there's a video here that you can watch on how to access Parent Portal and the Parent Portal link, and you can also reach out to Miss White for support. Remember, Thursdays are learning days. We have a virtual class meeting at 9 till 9:30 each Thursday, and then we have all kinds of asynchronous work that students should be working on Thursdays. Again, don't forget, we have the Exact Path, Study Island, and Khan Academy that students should be working on. If you are a if you are a fifth grade parent who has a student who's going to middle school next year, those programs for middle schools are sending out their acceptance letters as we speak. Because of COVID-19 and NTI, please know that there might be a little delay in when those letters come out. They're also going to be sending letters via email, so please be checking your email for an email from the child's middle school that they selected. So again, COVID-19 is still upon us. We have the vaccination news that I just shared. We're going to get our vaccine on the 25th. Again, staff who serve the youngest students will be vaccinated first, and the youngest will be likely the ones to return to school first. And much of our return to school for 2020, 2021 is dependent upon the vaccination schedules and supplies. So please keep your eyes peeled and your ears to the ground about the return to school. Oftentimes, information is shared on social media and the news, the televised news, before we are sharing it out through the school channels. So please be paying attention to those. Again, we have a new mascot, the Monarch butterfly. So we are transitioning into that marketing campaign. Our school crest with the globe and the pink tower in the middle that's actually green on our crest is going to remain. That is our official crest. But our mascot image is being workshopped by the district's graphic designers. If you have ideas or suggestions, please give us your information, your ideas and suggestions on the survey that is attached here, so that we can share that with the graphic designer and we can work up a really, really beautiful a really beautiful graphic mascot image that we can put on t-shirts and jerseys and so on. So we appreciate your feedback in that regard. Don't forget to join the PTA. They have swag for sale. It only costs $5 to join the PTA. Don't delay. Join the PTA. Remember, participation counts every single day and completing work counts every single day. What we have is students who have been participating every day but have not been completing work every day, and that is going to impact students' grades. Remember, work is to be done daily. If you are a child or the parent of a child who's on a packet, that work needs to be turned in to our drive-through cafeteria box. We have a box there that you can drop that work in, or you can take a picture of it and send it to your teacher. Participation is like attendance. We are following up, and there are still truancy processes that are happening. There are still things that are happening for students. And it's important that students, as they are doing their work in Google Classroom, they complete their work to receive a score. Make sure that students are completing their work to receive a score. Even if they open it up, we can see that they have participated and they have interacted with the work, but they must do the work in order to receive a score and thus a grade. Remember, with school, the return to school pending, we have a link here for you to make your choice to return to school or not. That is going to be open for a while longer. Once we know the exact date, then we'll be able to finalize staffing and classes. Please don't forget to complete the EBF form. If you are in need of the pandemic EBT or the pandemic electronic benefits, that is still available for every student at CTM. And don't forget to sign up for School Connects and School Messenger. We have a shortage of computers and cords and hotspots. So if you have one of those devices, please make sure you're taking very good care of them. When we return to school, Coleridge Taylor will be asking for parents to come back and students to come back to school with that laptop and with the cord, because we will be using them in classrooms. Each student will have one in class. So it's imperative that the Chromebook and the cord come back to school whenever we return to school. Again, paper packets are reserved for those who don't have access to technology, and those packets must be dropped off at the school in our meal line, which happens every Tuesday and Thursday from 10 to 1. Remember, Thursdays we have family meals provided while supplies last. Our cafe staff is always ready to see you and serve you, and they miss your faces. Don't forget, our NTI School Portal is posted each week on the JCPS website, so you can see what your students' work is, and it's also in the Google Classroom. And remember to allow students to do their work by themselves. Parents, As we are observing classrooms, we're seeing several parents who are still trying to assist children in a way that is not helping the teacher know what the kid does and doesn't know, what they do or do not understand. This is going to be an impediment to your child's learning if you are one of these parents when we come back to school, because parents won't be in the classrooms with students. So it's imperative that we let students do their work by themselves, especially assessments. Thank you. And don't forget our virtual learning expectations. As always, we want everybody to be with us. We want them to be focused. We want them to be on camera if possible, wearing comfortable clothing that's within our dress code parameters, staying muted, doing their own work, using kind words, kind faces, and kind actions, having a snack if they need it, and making sure that their device is charged. When we have an issue or concern, our administrative team will be supporting teachers to make sure that students are getting what they need. And if that involves some sort of intervention between our administrative staff and our socio-emotional learning staff, we will do that. Please make sure to know that we're also willing to help parents if they are struggling with some virtual learning interventions that they feel like they might need at home with their own students. We want to support you if you ever need anything, whether it's in the way of food or utilities or support. Mr. Baker can help. Ms. White and the SEL team are always ready for counseling services. Just reach out. We are ready to be there for you. We hope that you have a great week. Remember, Monday, we are not starting our live instruction until 10:30. Please make sure that your child is available and ready at 10:30 for that live instruction. If you have questions about that, reach out. Have a great week. Dr. Carmichael out. Peace.